What if I told you that the quickest way to make her miss you is to stop needing her entirely? Not pretending, not playing it cool, but genuinely not needing her. Sounds impossible, right? Especially when your heart feels like it's shattered into a million pieces. But this is exactly where your true transformation begins. Have you ever wondered why chasing someone only pushes them further away? Or why silence sometimes speaks louder than words ever could? What if the key to regaining your power is not in the pursuit but in the letting go? Imagine becoming so scarce, so emotionally untouchable, that your absence creates an undeniable pull one she can't help but notice. This is not a game or manipulation. It's the power of self-mastery, the art of evolving beyond pain. Maybe she walked away. Maybe she disappeared without a word. Or perhaps she simply told you. It's not working. No matter the reason, here you are, trapped inside your own mind, drowning in endless questions. You replay every memory like a movie you never got to finish, wondering if she ever truly cared. But here's the hard truth. The more you chase, the more power you surrender, and the deeper your own pain grows. This journey isn't about revenge or playing games. It's about grit and growth. Stoicism teaches us to detach from what we cannot control and to master what we can, our thoughts, emotions, and actions. Dark psychology adds a deeper layer, understanding how emotional absence, combined with self-respect, creates an irresistible psychological pull. When you stop feeding her ego with your presence, her mind starts to wander, questioning what she's lost. When you become scarce, you become valuable. This is the story of a man who was broken, who rebuilt himself, who stopped waiting by the phone and began walking his own path, becoming unforgettable in the process. If you're ready to stop waiting for closure and ready to reclaim your power, then keep listening. Now, let's dive into the first step. Silence is power. After she leaves, that silence hits you like a freight train. Your instincts scream for you to reach out, to send one last message, to seek closure, to ask why. But every word you type, every call you make, is just another brick in the prison of emotional dependence. You might think you're fixing things, but in reality, you're handing her all the power. True silence is not merely the absence of noise. It is the presence of strength. It is the ultimate restraint. When every fiber of your being is breaking, and she's expecting chaos, drama, or tears, what you give her instead is calm and distance. This shifts the entire emotional equation. She anticipated a storm, you gave her peace. And that peace, it's haunting. People only start to miss what they believe they have lost. If you're still posting heartbreak quotes, begging through texts, or obsessively checking her stories, she hasn't truly lost you. You're still orbiting her ego and she knows it. But when you disappear, not to manipulate, but because you're choosing yourself, that silence becomes pressure. And that pressure, it's what starts to crack the walls around her mind. Let's continue this journey together in the next section, where we'll uncover the next vital secret to reclaiming your emotional power. Certainly, here is the rewritten version of page to content following your detailed instructions. Continuing. From the power of silence, it's this very pressure that begins to break down walls. That quiet space you create starts to crack her certainty. She wonders, is he hurting? Has he moved on? Why isn't he chasing me anymore? These questions don't just pop up briefly, they grow relentlessly, like weeds spreading in an unattended garden inside her mind. Your silence, paradoxically, becomes the loudest sound in the room, flipping the entire emotional script without uttering a single word. But here's the real secret. This isn't about her. It's about you. Silence offers you something priceless: space. Space to heal the wounds, to rebuild your foundation, and to think with clarity. It's a clean, decisive break from the chains of emotional addiction. Stoic philosophy reminds us that we don't need to react to every impulse, every surge of emotion, or every external disturbance. Dark psychology echoes this truth. Withdrawing your attention is far more powerful than giving it. So, don't explain yourself. Don't chase. Don't check in. You've said all you needed to say. Now, let your silence work where words have failed. Reclaim your power if you're tired of being background noise in her life and ready to become the silence she cannot ignore. Then you know what to do. Hit that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications, and drop your thoughts below. Now, moving forward, let's confront the next vital step: kill the need. Let's get one thing clear: neediness repels. It's never attractive. It doesn't pull her closer. It pushes her further away. The moment she senses you need her to be happy, to feel complete, or to validate your worth, she checks out. Why? Because need is desperation disguised as love. And desperation, it's emotional weakness in its purest form. You might believe loving her harder will bring her back. You might think showing your pain will open her eyes. But that's a misconception. It only reassures her that leaving was the right choice. She doesn't want to rescue you. She wants to be intrigued. And that intrigue only sparks when you stop needing her. You have to sever that need on every level: emotionally, psychologically, physically. Cut it off completely. This means taking her off the pedestal you've placed her on. Right now, she's at the center of your universe. Every thought, every memory, every what if revolves around her. But that's not love. That's obsession. Here's the truth. When you need nothing, you become dangerous. You walk into every room already full, confident, complete, and certain. That energy, it's magnetic, not because you're faking indifference, but because you genuinely don't depend on her anymore. This is Stoicism in action, combined with the leverage of dark psychology. You start building a life fueled by your own power. You stop obsessively checking your phone. You stop stalking her stories. You stop tying your self-worth to her approval. And when she senses this emotional cutoff, it shakes her deeply. The moment she realizes you don't need her anymore is the moment she begins to question why. So, don't fill the silence with begging, fill it with discipline. Fill it with self-respect. Fill it with purpose. Because the man who needs nothing can walk away from anything. And that man, he's the one she'll regret losing. If you're done craving someone who gave up on you, if you're ready to stop begging for crumbs, then take the next step. Hit that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications, and share your story in the comments. Next, We'll dive into mastering your inner war because the toughest battles are fought within. Building on mastering your mind, remember, true victory begins inside. Number 4. Stop romanticizing her. Let's call things exactly what they are. You're not really missing her. What you're missing is the version of her you crafted in your mind, the highlight reel, filled with soft smiles, secret jokes, and late-night conversations. You're holding on to a fantasy, and that fantasy is slowly destroying your reality. The truth is, she wasn't perfect. No one is. But your mind, operating in survival mode, conveniently edits out the disrespect, the cold replies, and the way she pulled back just as you leaned in harder. If she truly valued you, she wouldn't have left you in emotional ruins. Yet here you are, idolizing someone who walked away from your loyalty. That's not love, that's illusion. Now is the moment to see her clearly. No filters, no excuses. Stoicism teaches us to observe things as they are, not as we wish them to be. You need to tear down the pedestal you built for her. Remove the emotional makeup you applied mentally. She's not your dream girl, she's just a girl who made her choice. And when you stop romanticizing her, you start to remember who you were before this emotional addiction took hold. Who you could be if you didn't remain stuck in nostalgia. She doesn't deserve your worry. She deserves your release. Dark psychology explains that when someone senses they've been devalued in your mind, it triggers an ego reaction. When she feels she no longer occupies your mental space, no pedestal, no poetry, she begins to question her own worth. That's the shift. That's when she begins to feel your absence, not your attention. But again, this isn't for her, it's for you. You need to stop worshipping someone who couldn't even handle your honesty. Because once you see people clearly, you stop suffering over who they never were capable of being. If you're done falling in love with memories, if you're ready to see reality and move forward, hit that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications, and share your thoughts below. I choose truth over illusion. Number 5. Redirect the obsession. Let's be honest, you're obsessed. Not in a creepy way, but psychologically. She's on your mind the moment you wake up, while you eat, and as you try to fall asleep. Every ounce of your energy orbits around her. That obsession is raw, volatile emotional fuel. But here's the catch: you're burning that fuel in the wrong direction. The Stoic doesn't waste energy on what he can't control. Instead, he redirects it, and that's exactly what you need to do. Obsession is power. If you point it at something that nourishes you, not drains you, you'll realize you're not stuck because you miss her. You're stuck because you haven't built anything else. Up next, we'll explore how to transform that obsession into your greatest strength, turning pain into purpose, building on the idea of redirecting your obsession. It's time to channel that intense energy in ways that truly serve you. Take that burning fire inside you and pour it into your body. Train harder than ever before. Push yourself to become leaner, stronger, and more disciplined. Let the physical transformation reflect the power growing within. But don't stop there. Direct that energy into your mind as well. Read books that challenge you and sharpen your thinking. Learn new skills that elevate your value and broaden your horizons. And most importantly, Channel this obsession into your purpose. Start that project you've been putting off for too long. Build something meaningful, something that will outlast any memories she ever left behind. Remember, she became the center of your universe precisely because you stopped building your own. That's where this obsession took root. But as your life expands, you'll come to see that she was only one chapter, not the whole story. Here's where dark psychology plays its role. When a man who once obsessed over a woman suddenly redirects that intense fire back onto himself, it unsettles her deeply. She expects you to break down, but instead, you rise. That shift, that unexpected strength, it haunts her. You don't text, you don't chase. Yet, she watches as you level up in every way. And that potent combination of absence and growth is what sparks longing. That's the moment power flips. But here's the twist. By that point, you won't even care if she looks back. Your eyes will be fixed firmly on what lies ahead. If you're done wasting energy on someone who's stopped thinking about you, if you're ready to transform your pain into fuel for your fire, then you know what to do. Hit that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications, and leave your thoughts in the comments. I turn obsession into power. Next, let's explore how to trigger the mirror effect, a powerful psychological tool that makes your energy reflect back onto her. People don't respond to words as much as they respond to energy. If your energy is needy, chasing, or restless, she will feel it even if you say nothing at all. But when your energy shifts to calm, focused, and indifferent, she senses that too. This is the magic of the mirror effect. Psychologically, the mirror effect happens when your emotional state causes the other person to mirror it back. When you're anxious and desperate, she pulls away. But when you emotionally detach and start thriving, she begins to question everything. Your silence becomes contagious. Your absence becomes heavy, an undeniable presence. The quiet confidence you're building silently sends her a clear message. I don't need you. I've got me. You're not doing this to manipulate her. You're doing it because you finally understand. You no longer react. You respond with elevation. You stop asking, will she come back? And start asking, what else can I conquer today? That's when the dynamic flips. She might reach out, or she might not. But she will think about it. She'll wonder why. The man who once gave her everything suddenly stopped caring. That curiosity will pull at her. She might test the waters, watching your stories, liking a post, sending a random message. Don't bite. Hold the line. Remember, the goal isn't simply to make her miss you. That's just a side effect. The real goal is to become so aligned, so inwardly complete, that your energy radiates undeniable strength. And strength like that is irresistible, not because it shouts, but because it doesn't need to. If you're done reflecting weakness and ready to become the mirror that shows her what she lost, then hit that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications, and share your journey below. Up next, we'll dive into how to make pain your greatest ally, transforming hardship into unstoppable power, building on the power of transforming obsession. Now it's time to make pain your greatest ally. Number 7. Make pain your friend, not your enemy. Pain isn't here to destroy you, it's your weapon. Most men run away from it. numbing the ache with distractions, fake rebound relationships, alcohol, or endless scrolling through social media. But the truth is, pain is trying to teach you something important. It wants to help you evolve, to grow into a stronger version of yourself. If you ignore it, you'll stay stuck, trapped in the same old self that was left behind. The Stoics embraced pain not because they were masochists, but because they understood pain is the fire that forges discipline, clarity, and strength. Your heartbreak is not a signal that you lost her, it's a signal that you lost touch with your own power. Right now, you have a choice: drown in that pain, or use it. Let it fuel every rep at the gym. Let it push you when your body wants to. Give up. Let it be the reason you wake up earlier, stay focused longer, and become sharper, tougher, and more grounded. Channel that pain until you become the man who doesn't just survive heartbreak, he thinks it. Dark psychology understands what most people don't. The moment you make peace with pain, you become unpredictable. While most are controlled by their emotions, you use yours to rebuild yourself, and that makes you powerful. That makes you magnetic. She expected you to fall apart, but instead, you turned your collapse into construction. That shift changes how she sees you. It creates a new storyline in her mind, where she's no longer the center, and now you are the storm. If you're done resenting pain and ready to turn it into your greatest ally, hit that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications, and comment below. I turn pain into power. Number 8. Become unreachable. You want her to miss you. Become the man she can no longer reach, not out of pettiness or spite, but because you've elevated yourself beyond her grasp. Here's the truth: people only value what they can't easily have. If she thinks she can text you anytime, call you when bored, or scroll through your posts and see you stuck in the same place, she feels no loss. Becoming unreachable means disappearing from her emotional landscape. It means you stop broadcasting your pain and start building mystery. You move silently, working on yourself quietly, while the results speak louder than any heartbreak ever could. She should have to wonder about you, not watch your every move. You level up your style, fitness, habits, income, and social circle. You show the world, not her, that your story didn't end when she left, it just began. You make your presence known everywhere except in her world. That's what haunts people: not being hated or forgotten, but being left behind. And here's where the psychological trigger kicks in. When she sees you have grown without her, it flips the script inside her mind. Now she's the one left out. Now she questions her own decision. By the time she realizes it, you're beyond reach. But be clear, you're not doing this for her reaction. You're doing it because you refuse to be the man waiting in ruins. You're becoming the man building an empire without her. If you're done being emotionally available to someone who vanished, if you're ready to make your growth louder than your grief, hit that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications, and comment below. I rise beyond reach. Number 9. Own the room without her. You want to truly make her regret leaving. Stop being invisible in your own life. Own every room you walk into, not with arrogance or noise, but with quiet confidence and controlled power. Let your eyes say, I'm good with or without you. Because after heartbreak, most men shrink back. They pull away from life, dim their light, and wait for her to notice. And next, we'll discover how to reignite your light and take command of every situation, becoming the man everyone respects and notices. You'll on everything we've discussed. It's time to shift your focus from waiting for her to notice you to owning every space you walk into. Most men shrink back, waiting for her to see them again, hoping for a sign. But that's not how you win. The real move is to step into every room like you own it, like you've already won. Because here's the twist. Energy doesn't lie. When you are truly grounded in yourself, people can feel it instantly. You no longer need to explain yourself or chase after attention. You speak less, but your words carry more weight. You listen more and understand deeper. Your presence sharpens naturally. You don't need her eyes on you because you command the eyes of everyone else in the room. Here's where psychology kicks in. Women are hardwired to notice social proof. When she sees others drawn to your energy, your ambition, your vibe, it hits her differently. Suddenly, you're not the man who cried at midnight anymore. You're the man who grew stronger under pressure. The man who stands out without even trying. But remember, this isn't about making her jealous. It's about reclaiming your true self. You stop being the version of yourself who chased validation and become the man whose value is undeniable even in silence. If you're done playing small, if you're ready to enter rooms and make your presence the announcement itself, then it's time to act. Hit that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications, and leave your comments below. I'm the power in the room. Number 10. Let go completely. This is the final move, the one most men never dare to make. You let go fully. No more hoping. No more checking her social media. No more wondering if she'll come back. You don't need closure. You don't need revenge. You don't even need her to miss you anymore because you've already won. Letting go doesn't mean forgetting. It means releasing the grip she had on your mind, your heart, and your identity. You stop trying to control the outcome and start controlling what truly matters. You. This is the highest form of emotional strength. This is Stoicism in its purest form. Power isn't about holding on, it's about being able to walk away and never look back, not because you're bitter, but because you're done. Because you've outgrown the version of yourself who needed her in the first place. Dark psychology reveals this truth. The moment someone senses they have completely lost emotional control over you, it flips a switch inside their mind. They go from feeling secure to feeling shaken. But by then, you're already gone, not physically, but mentally. You've elevated yourself to a place she can't follow. You've moved on not with noise, but with peace, not with rage, but with purpose. You didn't become colder, you became wiser. And that's what makes her miss you. Not the old you, but the new you. The one who doesn't even care if she does. If you're done looking back, if you're ready to let go and walk away like a man with nothing left to prove, then hit that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications, and comment below. I let go to rise higher. And remember this, the strongest move you will ever make is walking away like you never needed to stay. You started this video wondering how to make her miss you. But now you know the real victory isn't about getting her back, it's about getting you back. The strongest version of yourself. The one who doesn't chase, doesn't beg, and doesn't break. You've learned to go silent with purpose. Cut the emotional cord. Master your mind. Kill the fantasy and turn obsession into transformation. You've seen how embracing pain becomes power, how detachment builds attraction, and how real presence makes you unforgettable if she comes back. It won't be because you asked, it will be because you walked. You evolved. You became unreachable, magnetic, and untouchable. That's what makes them miss you. Not games, but growth. And now, you don't care if she misses you, because the man you've become is no longer looking back. He's looking in the mirror and finally seeing who he was meant to be. If this video struck a chord in your heart, if it ignited a fire inside you, don't let it fade. Keep pushing forward. Keep leveling up. Carry this mindset with you everywhere. Because this isn't just about one girl. It's about never being broken again. This is Stoic Blessing. I'll see you in the next video.